In today's video, we're going to talk about Lynden, Lakovic, and spoiler alert, I'm pretty high on him. And to be honest, I don't display the same amount of confidence that I had in other bold statements of mine over the past few years. But the reality is that from 5 to 10 in this draft, there's little to no separation between each prospect and they're pretty much all flawed. So, of course, Lakovic isn't perfect, but so is James Higgins, who struggled with the physicality of the NCAA. He's often on the perimeter and his skating isn't as good as some people claim it to be. Desnoyers has limited offensive potential. Frondel doesn't have much dimension to his game. Morton has been pretty soft and lazy this season. And we can go on and on. There have been justified criticism of Lakovic over the course of the year, but I find the overall discourse surrounding him a bit dishonest. At the end of the day, he is one of the few players that I liked on a consistent basis throughout the years, and despite my doubt, I do grant a lot of importance on the things that he does well on the ice. Lakovic is a 6'4" forward, close to 200 pounds. He's been playing for one of the worst teams in the WHL, so the Moose Jaw Warriors won the cup last year, so they pretty much saw their roster decimated by all the departures. This year, they didn't even qualify for the playoffs, and to demonstrate the weakness of their roster, besides Lakovic, only 2 players from this team finished with more than 40 points, so 48 and 47 points respectively for 2 players in 68 games. Braden Yeager, the only other quality player on this team, was traded during the year, so Lynden Lakovic therefore finished the campaign with 58 points in 47 games, including 27 goals. Since he's a late, I have to admit that his production from last year, so during his actual 17 years old season, scares me a little bit to rank him that high. He had 39 points in 68 games. However, it's important to put things into perspective and realize that Moose Jaw had a wagon of a team and Lakovic wasn't playing on the top 2 lines. Right off the bat, Lakovic is, in my opinion, the best transition forward in the entire draft. He's extremely intelligent and his game is characterized by the fact that he's always playing with his head up, so it allows him to constantly identify the best options. He's full of resources and he uses a wide range of options thanks to very clever subtle passes, hook passes, saucer passes. He also identifies the lateral option better than anyone else. His creativity in entering the zone reminds me a lot of Dylan Strome.
This is there for it. He'll play it around to the right point. Rudolph holds this one in. Tried a shot, but fanned on it, and the Warriors get control. And Colt had some footsteps from Durkach closing in, but Colt gets it back at the red line. He'll play it into the air. Lakovic gloves it down as he waits for his line mates to catch up. Now he'll send it up the right side. Semenuk might have a step. He'll fire a glove.
Berg will swipe it away. Moving it ahead for Lakovic. Cross ice right wing. Dow Heniak.
Pass doesn't work, and now the Broncos penalty kill will make a change with 45 seconds left in the Kettles hooking penalty. Lynden Lakovic on side and over the line, 1-on-3. Now circles open as Yeager now gets it across to him at the left penalty and up in arms, but it's not going to lead to anything. And the Warriors are going to come to the attack. Lakovic with Yeager drops it to him as a training ground before coming to the Warriors last season. Getting that elusive championship and playoff experience.
His head-up play also allows him to see openings closing in front of him, so it allows him to skate with the puck himself rather than forcing a pass. His excellent skating means that he's not forced to play inside lanes and he can play east-west wonderfully. He has a disconcerting ease entering the opposing zone even when a wall is in front of him.
Lakovic is on the rebound first. He'll carry to center, driving the middle. Wide to his right, he backhands it ahead and goes right to the zone. Lakovic from the right circle works into his backhand, flubbed it wide. Wraparound try, Bjarnason shut the post.
Warriors end, now hands it off to Lakovic. In over the Regina line, trying to dangle to the net. Good poke check by Babcock to shield the front of the goal. Right point, Kovacic.
For Lakovic coming up the ice. Glides in, chips down the left wall. Tried to rim around.
On it, Yeager. Goes back to his own blue line. Now ahead to Lakovic. Lakovic skating in. Big lanky skater. Lakovic. You can see why he's an A-rated skater. Why?
Ahead off Yeager's stick, picked up by Volotovsky, knocked off his stick by Yeager, and Lakovic away. He'll get away from Calvert and from Willie James. Lakovic in, a shot stick save by Gardner. Rebound to the
Seam passes just not working tonight, hey? Lakovic stick handling in. He's got a lane. Trying to drive inside. Hooked up. Couldn't get a shot. Final 15 seconds of the Family Pizza power play. Lakovic rim.
He also excels at display using the give and go to great effect to break away from his coverage. This shifts the focus onto another player, allowing him to slip behind defenders. It also allows him to reach greater speed than if he were in possession of the puck, making it easier to rush towards the goaltender.
Ness, short pass, Lakovic trying to get some speed. Lakovic cutting to the middle. He's got Paquette with him. Back to Lakovic on his backhand. Spins in the right half wall.
But Connor Dale and Ryland Gould are turned back. Now far side, it's Berg feathering the puck ahead for Lakovic, just out of his reach. Last time in this building, Lakovic had 2 goals and assists.
What adds to his great efficiency in his entries is that once he's in the zone, his intelligence and his tools gives him the ability to retrace his steps and slow down the play until a viable option presents itself. Lakovic wastes no puck possession, and at 6'4" tall, he's able to see play developing, and he never hesitates to hold onto the puck rather than dumping it deep behind the opposing goal. This is one of the reasons why I see him playing on a top 6 in the NHL. His patience opens up a lot of plays. We also see him retrace his steps on the power play when he advances to the left circle to take a shot and the opening closes.
Right wall, cycling for Lakovic. He'll come up the far right boards all the way to the blue line as the captain. Cutting back towards the wall as he shakes off Saunderson, lets the shot go, and dump in goes off a blade high in the zone. Stuck along the far right boards. Dug free by Lakovic. Trying to skate into the high slot. Spinning at the blue line. Leaves it there for Schmidt.
Brings it in himself, one-on-one with Kettles. Circles. Off the bench, Braden Yeager. 6 on draws. And coming in tonight, 55.8 in the face-off circle. As Lakovic will bring it in, though, this time for the Warriors and Braden Yeager.
Right through the feet of Lou, pick back up. Lakovic spins in the left corner with it for the Warriors as they set up 4-on-4 in the offensive zone. Lay it into the right wing corner.
The Warriors stay inside the zone. Lakovic spinning on the high left wall, coming up to the blue line now with it. Christensen trying to find room to skate it north. Pocket picked though by Lakovic, who comes in on the left wing. No shot.
Lakovic is, in my opinion, one of the best playmakers in the entire draft, and this is where we find a large part of his offensive potential. Once again, it is thanks to his head-up play that he's able to find his teammates on the ice. On several plays, we can see that if it wasn't for the fact that he's playing with his head up, he would not have been able to find the passing lane. He has the vision as well as the ability to reach his teammates over long distances, but it is still interesting to note that in many ways, his head-up play allows him to find exit when many other players would have simply dumped the puck for fear of committing a turnover. For example, while maneuvering on his backhand along the blue line, an opposing player applies pressure on him and another one is coming to nullify the passing option at the blue line. With his usual calms, Lakovic spots a teammate alone at the top of the slot that he will reach with a delicate slip pass. It is with this type of play that he can prolong offensive possession and can create plays out of nothing. Within this ability, we can also see Lakovic's innate sense of timing, slowing down his plays in his routes to give a teammate time to get open.
We'll break that up. And the Warriors come to center with 8 seconds to go. Lakovic, Thorpe's the trailer, got another one. Paquette in, another save.
Semina up the high right wall. Lakovic skates into the slot, still with it. Inside left circle, hits the goal line, looking backdoor McKenzie. Couldn't get clean lumber on it. Back to Lakovic. He'll skate it up to the blue line. Left board.
Bet across to Lakovic with a step up the right side. Lakovic throws it up to Semenuk. He can't pull the trigger.
Resulted in a goal here by the Warriors there. I kind of thought that might have been the case, but didn't make.
Blocked. Tauheniuk, a long pass for Lakovic. In over the Regina line, cuts into the slot to his backhand. Centering pass, what a stop by Pond!
What a tip, great 5-hole. That was perfectly 3 or 4, honestly, on that one. A beautiful one. Oh.
On the redirect. But now the Warriors take it back. Open is Parker, late backhander. Excellent save by Rocha.
The other tendency in Lakovic's passing habit is to target players in the slot or near the net for a deflection when he's patrolling one of the half wall on the power play, which is usually the left one.
As they're 1 for 2 on the power play. Here's Lakovic, sharp angle. He's a shot
to the left boards. Lakovic towards the net, deflected, save.
Mackenzie to the far side. Lakovic from the left circle. Sent backdoor. Bjarnason the save. Rebound. Bjarnason.
Free by Matches to the point. Ziprick over to Lakovic. Looks down low. Tap in. Scores.
He fires it hard. Far boards. Warriors able to gain control. They come across the top. Back to Lynden. And he hits Mackenzie far post right on the tape. Just a nice deflection in.
Nice pass by Lakovic as Pavel Mackenzie picks up his 16th. Agger takes a look, goes back to Lakovic, left side, in front. Ziprick, left circle, Lakovic coming down low, inside, jamming away.
Poke it backwards. Now to Lakovic, in, down low, looking for the Palin Parker. He'll go back, Lakovic, top left circle, down low, deflection, on goal stop, rebound, loose puck.
Mackenzie's pass. Now Jaeger for Lakovic, moving in for Mackenzie.
Zone, Lakovic, room left wing, comes inside, Mackenzie. Blue line, Ziprick, left circle, Lakovic. Looks back door, Sherman puts it up.
His toolbox is enriched by an above-average skating foundation. At 6'4", Lakovic is sometimes looking like a galloping horse, literally flying over the ice.
Now the Warriors come away and the Blades have made a line change. Lakovic wheeling. Right wing Kovac.
He also has good agility, demonstrating the ability to escape coverage with skillful pivots in tight space.
Cycles back into the corner for Lakovic. Weaving his way up the left wall for matching. Loose puck at center ice. Lynden Lakovic will grab it, skating it inside of his line. Makes a cut away from a pair of Silvertips. Up ahead, Jaeger on the left wing. He's got coming to the Raiders on that play. Lakovic spinning away from Miraz, leaves a...
He also displays good athleticism by demonstrating excellent coordination, capable of scooping the puck with his skates and carefully putting it back on his stick.
Kovacevic will headman it up the middle, over the stick of Lakovic and down into the Regina corner. Behind the net, Lakovic with a good hit on Chichkin. At the line, Ness a shot. It's stopped in front, loose puck! And they score! Referee says goal period as he grabs his 14th of the season, and they might take a look at this replay as Pine could not cover up the puck in front of the net. And I think
we're getting a look at it right now, and it was Connor Bear who was sprawling and nearly made the first save, but was unfortunately down and out. And there's the backhand, and Bear got a good shot, crosses the goal line, I think, right before the net comes off. Initially, I thought it was Bear that knocked the net off, but I think it was actually, oh no, it was Bear.
However, despite the encouraging results, his technique isn't quite perfect as he pushes too far to the side and doesn't maximize his hip extension. This flaw seemed worse upon returning from his injury. On the other hand, it's rather exciting to think that his skating still has room for improvement. Lakovic has a very good wrist shot. He has been the author of some of the most absurd snipe that I've seen this season. He is particularly comfortable when he's coming down the left flank.
Mietnin, cross ice, can't get across the line. The Warriors in transition again. Lakovic on the left wing at the circle. Shot! Scores! What a shot by Lynden Lakovic!
He gets the puck in the neutral zone. His feet are moving. He looks the goaltender off. Makes him think he might pass, but then he fires it up over the glove.
What a shot by Lynden Lakovic.
You know, I was thinking to myself in the second period, Linden's got to fire the puck. In the second period, he seemed to be just placing it and kind of throwing it a little bit, pushing it. There, he fired the puck.
Who will then snap it up ahead. Mackenzie for Lakovic on the left wing. Gets around one man. Hold down, but scores! Oh, baby!
Tries to go outside in. Looks like he gets grabbed a little bit, knocked down to one knee, but able to deliver a wicked shot up over top of the glove of McCallum.
What a shot by the captain, Lynden Lakovic, his 21st Mad Greek goal of the season.
That's a highlighter.
Wow.
We'll see the top line of the Warriors come out as Lakovic has it for Jaeger. One-on-one with McFall. Puts on the brakes. Trailers Lakovic. Lets it go and scores! Lynden Lakovic, and he makes no mistake beating Joey Rocha. And this game's all square as Lynden.
Hughes back to the top for Ness. Off to Lakovic at the left circle. A shot, scores!
Nice play by the Warriors to regain the lead.
So the Wheat Kings did not fold after giving up that first goal in the last period they played, but the Warriors definitely...
However, his shot quality has been inconsistent throughout the season. Lakovic was out for several months due to a lower body injury, but I've often wondered if he was also bothered by an upper body injury, because it would be difficult to convince myself that the shots that I saw late in the season came from the same player that scored that goal. I also noticed that he started to play with a shorter stick, so maybe it could be a factor as well. Now, as for my criticism, Lakovic could demonstrate a compete level just a tad higher. His weaknesses lie primarily in his physical commitment. Despite his size, he's not a player that will hit a lot. On some occasions, he could have attacked the net but settled for a quick shot to try to surprise the goaltender. And I'm a bit pissed right now because I just realized that I've lost some clips that I wanted to show you. But one of the things that I would like to see Lakovic do differently is when he's pinned along the board by an opponent, I would like to see more fighting spirit out of him. It's like he just accepted his fate and he stayed there. So I would like to see him push his coverer and go to the net. So maybe there could be a rebound or just the goaltender failed to trap the puck. So that's just a minor thing. And another thing is that I would like to see him stop at the blue paint. So in his case, he's not a perimeter player. Like, he will drive the middle lane. It's just that he won't stop by the goaltender. He will pursue his route and like end up disappearing behind the net. So just small details like that to stop at the blue paint right in front of the goaltender. And now this is where I'm about to rant and go mad at you. It's true that it's a shame that he doesn't have that switch that he can flip at any moment on the ice and just becomes a difficult player to play against. However, for several months now, everything that has been said about Lakovic has boiled down to this. Well, he's 6'4", but he doesn't play like it and he doesn't hit. These statements are true, but I find it extremely simplistic, not to say lazy, to stop the analysis at that. His lack of physical play is just one part of a much more complex equation, yet no one seems to want to take the matter further. We're just repeating what has been said everywhere else. And while I do agree to a certain point, I find this criticism to have become disproportionate. The real question should be, how does it affect his game? Because we see him on the forecheck, he's not guilty of laziness on the ice, he doesn't miss his defensive assignment because he didn't want to exert effort, he will work to correct a mistake in the event that he makes one, his feet move regularly on the ice, he's able to use his size and make plays by coming off the offensive cycling, he managed to make plays from behind the net or along the board. I saw him press the accelerator to get to a loose puck first, even when his race seemed lost in advance. On several occasions, I saw him make plays like that and I thought to myself, Porter Martin would not have shown that much effort on the ice. Yet, many people who criticize Lakovic for his lack of physicality will compare Martin to someone like the Tkachuk brothers or Corey Perry. And right now, the clips that I'm showing, it's a bit of a mix of everything regarding Lakovic's work ethic, and you're going to see some hits in there, and honestly, it's far from as bad as people have claimed it to be. Some of his hits were pretty decent, and just go back to my Porter Martin video and just look at his hits and compare the two of them. It also makes me laugh because I went to see the people that have been criticizing Lakovic for his lack of physical play, and I went back to their past list, opinions, or discourse on some prospect, and guys like Lian Bixel, Anton Silayev, or Stian Solberg were ranked pretty low. But now I'm supposed to believe that physicality matters to you. I don't want to disrespect anybody, but just give me a damn break. Also, people have been using his low total of 4 penalty minutes during the season as some sort of testament to his quote-unquote lack of compete level. Just a 2-minute research reveals that in the NHL this season, Nick Suzuki only had 8 penalty minutes in 82 games, Jack Eichel had 8 in 77 games, Dylan Holloway had 10 in the same number, Miro Heiskanen had 10 penalty minutes in 50 games, and I could go on and on. This is just lame and lazy justification as far as I'm concerned.
He'll poke check it into the air. And Thornton gets it back to left side blue line. Ellis, it's poked by him, and the Raiders maybe a 3-on-1. Crocker into the middle, Lodwick, now back to Crocker, and it's bounced off his skate, and Warriors early on as the Raiders get control, and Kostic's going to bring it up the left side to center. He's checked off, and ahead for Lakovic. Lakovic separated from the puck, he'll go after it in the corner against Volkvest. Volk sweeps it up the right wing. Doobie now, trying to hold on to it, but...
Looking behind the net for Sebeluk, side of the net, Lakovic put it wide. Tip to the near left boards. Peterson, slice left wing, Berg for Lakovic. Got around Basura, but couldn't hold on to that puck. Swung around the boards. Paquette at the net. Wrist shot. Glove save made by Shore. And Lakovic right goal line. Sharp angle. Save made by Arneson. McQueen on the rebound.
Far side. Back to Manti. It's picked off. It comes free at the side of the Wheat King net. Lakovic is after it. Ronald takes him hard to the back glass. 9:48 to go immediately. Warriors carry back in, but the pass does not connect. Wheat Kings take it back. Esket has to paddle it away from an on-rushing Lakovic on the near side. To Ronald. Ronald chased by Lakovic. Dangerous on the forecheck. Nearly knocked the puck down. Kovacevic does. Around the Wheat King net. Kovacevic tried to play it out front. Warriors are able to pick that off. Wheat King bench protesting too many men. Ronald on the far side. Hit hard by Lakovic, but Shipley and Flaman joining. Wynn up to Flaman over the line to his right. Throws on the brakes. Back to Wynn at the right circle. He throws it across, but Shipley was tied up neatly on the backtrack.
Driving in to Yager. Over to Lakovic. Stick handles and lost it on the backhand.
Up and down low, Yager loses it as it's knocked off his stick by Basha. Weisblatt corrals it behind his own net for the Tigers. He wheels up the right wing wall, but has stood up.
Beat it out front. Jacobson finds it again. Ronald has it poked past him and out to center. Lakovic is going the other way. One-on-one with Pantelis. Lakovic trying to drive the cage. Stopped by Ethan Esket. And he
cuts in front of Ethan Esket and tries to find the 5 holes. Pretty much all he had left.
Zone to try and match McQueen's output.
Well, Lakovic led all shooters after 2 periods with 5 shots on net.
From the right point, over to the left for Lakovic with room. Lakovic walks in and fires. Pad save. Big rebound. Esket stopped that too. He's trying to cover up. There's Bedlam in.
For me, it's not something that scares me too much in his game. Personally, it's more the fact that he doesn't convert a high rate of his scoring chance that kind of cools my expectations a bit. This could significantly reduce his offensive production at the next level and therefore his position in the lineup. Early in the year, I saw him as a player who could play on a first line in the NHL because of the complementary aspect that he could bring, so the zone entries, the skillful puck management, the playmaking skills, and the finishing skills. It's possible that I overestimated some of his tools in his toolbox, so mostly his finishing skills, but what I saw at the beginning of the season before his injury was quite special. I do have some concerns about Lakovic being a late. Next year is going to be his final season in the WHL and I would love to see him dominate that league. He'll likely be traded for a contending team, which is a pretty good thing since the Moose Jaw Warrior will once again be devoid of any talent in their lineup. However, I'm holding my breath for what comes next, so Lakovic will be eligible to play in the AHL at 19, starting in the 2026-2027 season, and personally, I think there's a risk that he'll struggle offensively, and I would consider moving him to the NCAA that season. After all, confidence is a huge factor in a player development, and it's very difficult to consistently score in the AHL at that age. So this is it for Lynden Lakovic. Going forward, I think I just have 2 remaining videos left. So the next one is going to be on Braden Coots.
Hughes controlling. Right circle, Lakovic scores! His first goal as the captain of the Moose Jaw. Puts it along the ice. Beating Bjarnason between the pads. Lakovic will snag his. Dug free by Klippenstein as he charges back to the Warrior right half wall. Cross ice pass intercepted by the back checking Lakovic.
To go up the glass, Hadlin knocks it down and out to center. Lakovic takes it right back for Moose Jaw. Ziprick will
anchor right now for Swift Current on the blue line. Lakovic driving up. Trying to drop pass. Remains deep in the Blade zone. Lakovic in the near right corner. Behind the net for Yager.
See that matchup, just stay with him. As Lakovic trying to get away from some trouble. Now it's Misselbacher tracking Caswell. Lakovic's got some room, can't get a pass through. It's for Parker and it's stopped. Here come the Warriors. Parker in, shot stopped by Rocha. The puck gets the return feed. He's got a room, he gets hooked and gonna be a penalty. Lakovic, sharp angle. Across, Jaeger in, stopped by... Gamer will press his man against the wall. Moose Jaw takes it. Lakovic to the slot, feeds it in. Sharp angle.
Backdoor pass. Fitty couldn't pull the trigger on that backhand pass from Zabel. Now a puck will be bounced away and look out. It's a Lakovic breakaway in. Great stop, rebound. Now they're stuck. So likely will be a team that will be recouping some draft picks. 3 wins so far in the season. Here's Jaeger. Jaeger in, dishes off a pass, and they score. More hockey about to come to an end. Out of the penalty box is Matthew. Lakovic in, shooting, but that'll hit.
Looking for Jaeger, that went by him, and away is Rowan Calvert, although he gets caught by Lakovic, who came barreling in. Now Lakovic alone in front, a shot.
Right circle, Jaeger. It's a Lakovic shot, and it's over. Kalen Parker springs it up ahead. Lakovic all alone. Backhand stop, put it one. The middle of Jaeger. Left wing, Lakovic to the net. Right shoulder saved by Stick on the puck. Now Parker at the point. To Lakovic, one-timer off the side of the wall. Tipped out to Lakovic. Comes in the far right wing, cuts inside, and a good little poke.
Fooled Unger, but the crossbar keeps this a 1-goal Warrior lead. A minute to go in the second. Just going to be out of the reach of the stretch man. That was Lakovic. Is a bit of a turnover now in front. Kovacevic taking a nice wrist shot go. Warriors still with it. Lakovic. Nice move of Tigers with tired legs, and the Warriors top line out for the face-off. They take it. Quick shot off the draw, and a nice second effort from the Warriors. Get it out to center ice. Lakovic steps into Pickford, steals the puck away. Down the left wing wall, drop pass into the slot. Shoots, they score! What? We're changing. They'll take it back. Pass to the high slot. Lakovic loads, fires, and a shoulders. Next part of the year. Off the neutral zone jaw, the Warriors back in. Sharp angle shot. Vacevic. He'll lay it left wing corner. Lakovic a low shot and a paddle save made. Now Kovacevic, sharp angle shot, rebound. Braden Jaeger steals one away at center ice for the Warriors. Kicks it off to his left. Backdoor Kovacevic. Ice it in. All alone, picks it up in the right wing corner. Try to lead pass up from McCann. That's stolen away. Lakovic in the slot a one-time.
To the blue line, Lakovic. In the high slot, wrist shot. Ricochet down the boards. Cross ice, Lakovic. Left circle shot. Nice glove save, right circle. To Parker, back to Lakovic, one-timer, put it off the post. Left circle, Lakovic. Wrist shot, high and wide, gotta get those.
Here, they're creating some turnovers against the Pats now and find their way to...
Mission guest tonight. Cross ice right wing, Lakovic driving down the right side. Looks to center. Vaughn knocks it down, turns it over. Lakovic, right circle, shot, and he put it blocker. Sees that one, goes off some bodies. Back to Lakovic, shot. Off the glove to the blue line, Paquette. To Lakovic, one. Tack out of the neutral zone. Final 18 seconds of the man advantage. Lakovic has been out there the entire time for Paquette. Wrist shot. Kovacevic for Lakovic in the slot, coming backdoor. McKenzie stop, rebound, they score! Cleared out by Ethan Hughes. Lakovic creating a turnover. Comes in near left wing. Lakovic, left circle shot.
Save, rebound for Finley. Finley around the Wheat King. Net out front. Nesket makes a big. He'll look ahead and dump this into Wheat King territory. Lakovic is on it first. Behind the Wheat King cage, Lakovic feeds it out front.
Good poke check by Manti to break it up. Warriors back on the puck. Hughes in the slot, rips the shot. Nice save through up the ice. Thorpe on the right wing. Lakovic looks inside Paquette. Puck is punched back across center. Here come the Warriors. Lakovic comes in left wing. Skates to the half wall. Up to the blue line. Paquette. Puck's bouncing. He's trying to settle it down. Plays it back down the boards. Lakovic skating inside on his backhand. Trying to cut to the net. They score! It's on his backhand, and it kind of rolls off his blade, but I love how Owenberg, he's fighting for his ice on the Lakovic as he skates off the near left wall, somehow finds a lane to come into the middle of the ice. He drives
to his right, drops it off. Tauhaniak back to Lakovic. Lakovic throws it back out front and put just far side, lost it. Lakovic will look to counter. Firing it up ice to Kovacevic, streaking in wide to his right. At the right circle, Kovacevic drags and fires, scores!
The puck at the line, now Lakovic with it. Right side, one-timer, Ziprick. Ice to Whitehead, and it didn't get to his stick as it tumbled off a couple of twigs before it got to him. Here's Semenuk at center for Moose Jaw. Lakovic across the line for the Warriors, hands it off. Kovacevic, right circle, shoots, and a good...
With now Heniuk and now Ness as the Warriors dump it in. Left corner Lakovic for Berg, and he ripped it. Ziprick, he'll play it up the glass and down. Lakovic hustling. He'll beat out the icing. Cutting back left corner, Berg. Shot went off the post. Warriors zone. Berg, quick pass inside. Lakovic looks for Kovacevic. Backhand put. Cross ice pass broken up by the Warriors. Tipped out. Lakovic coming up on the right. He's got Jaeger with him. Lakovic trying to cut inside, looking for room still with it. Backdoor Hughes. Brown trying to center. Goes off of a Bronco. Semenuk and Lakovic Down low, Paquette shot, just put it wide. Sebelik digging away, puck's rolling in the crease.
The other way for the Warriors. On the wall, McFadden. Could be a 3-on-1. Good speed by the Warriors across. Lakovic in. What a stop by Dick. Getting in the league overall, but Carlin Zane shorthanded, lost it. Ziprick in. Here's Lakovic. Shot saved made by Dick. As Connor Schmidt to the middle against LeBronco forecheck. Now it's Lakovic. Quick feed. Here's McKenzie in. Save
line, and the Raiders get control. Rudolph lost his handle on it, though. In front, Thorpe one time.
Off the draw, Lakovic's shot. A Warrior, Berg, Lakovic team up to clear it out. Matches for Lakovic. He'll drive in, joined by Paquette. Lead pass for Weir. To the point, no one there. It comes down the ice. Lakovic hustling, first one on it. Comes left side, shot. It's back. Backhanded shot is blocked, and now Lakovic wants to start up the ice. Lead pass, Matches comes in left wing. Looking for Lakovic through the middle. Backhand shot. Up on the right wing, Lakovic trying to build some speed. Cuts to the inside, still with it. Far shot, nice glove save by beyond. Cross-ice feed, no one home. A chance for Moose Jaw to run. A developing 3-on-1. Lakovic leads on the right wing side. Drop pass Thorpe, back to Lakovic. Stop, rebound, they score! Riley Thorpe on the... Grab it at center ice, Lakovic. Drives wide right wing, spinning on the Brandon boards. Cross-ice left circle, Ziprick holds, wrist shot. Bjarnason got... Knocks it down low. Brandon coming up from behind the net. Lakovic got a little break there. Gets a shot save made by the right. Lakovic. Short pass McKenzie back to Lakovic on the right wing. Building speed across the Brandon right side. Little spin move. Puts that puck wide.
Lakovic takes it back. Spins at the left circle. Walks in. Throws it across out front. Bjarnason a point blank stop on Thorpe.
Aiden Ziprick. Lakovic, top of the left circle across. What a stop by Huey as he robbed. Matches up top. Centering pass in front. What a stop by Huey as he robbed Lakovic. On the near side, Ethan Semenik. Played over the line for Lakovic with a burst of speed to the net. Takes it around the goal, wraps it in front.
Pat's back at their blue line, up ahead. Tipped away, Lakovic works back inside on the near right wing. Goes wide, trying to cut inside that backhand. Blue line on the left side. Right circle, Lakovic, one-timer, and Berg, cross-ice right wing, Lakovic. One-on-one against Manti, swings it towards the net. It was picked up by Luck, leads it into the middle. McKenzie to Lakovic. He's in the slot. Blocker save made. Hughes coming back for it. Ahead through the middle. Lynden Lakovic gathering speed. Through the middle of the ice. Far shot. Paddle save made. Bouncing rebound.
To center. He finds Lakovic over the line to his left. At the left circle, Lakovic fires. Saved by Esket.
Outside the line as Moose Jaw controls. Here's Lakovic over the blue line on Peranich. He fires it wide. Ziprick at the blue line. Lakovic, one-timer, block brick at the line for Moose Jaw. Right side, one-timer, Lakovic. Lakovic, right circle, shoots, and he missed. Kovacevic, cross-ice pass. Lakovic across the line for the Warriors. Dangles to the front of the net, and he slips it wide. Ziprick through center, scored last night for Moose Jaw. Lakovic makes a nice move to the net, in tight, a high save.
Paquette still with it, looking to Lakovic, trying to go far side. Oh, Heniak's race shot, save made. Rebound, Berg battling, Lakovic, stop by Rowe. Save made again by Smith. Warriors in transition. Kovacevic on the right wing. He and Lakovic crisscrossing. Lakovic, shot, save made, rebound. This one behind the net, trying to center. Lakovic will just send it high. Harlan's dump in goes off a body, and Kinneber will bring it back in. Kinneber to Lakovic, shot. Missed high, rolling right wall. Left circle, Lakovic shot. Preston the save. Kovacevic on the rebound. Jagger, cross-ice left circle. Lakovic shot off the mask of Kovacevic, jams it loose. Looking to center, Lakovic shot from the left circle just wide. Jagger for Lakovic, left circle shot, save made, rebound.
Lakovic onside, it goes to Jagger. Trailer, Lakovic one-timer, great save by Rocha. Has possession. Lakovic, on it, touch play, Lakovic, one-timer, Jagger. Time. But Lakovic keeps coming. He'll have another chance.
And Lakovic will gain the zone. Into the middle, made a move. Lakovic in front, stopped by Lakovic. Trying to go back in the middle, knocked away. Can Keller find it? Can't. Off the wall, sharp angle shot, stop.
In, boxing out on Olsen was Ziprick and Lakovic. Toe drag around to Calvert, in over the line. Lakovic leaves for Jagger towards the